Look, it's football season. We're going to do some wings, but we're going to do them differently than you've probably done them before in your life. We're going to use a little secret I learned from my man Brian Thoman over at Canvas. I've never tried it before. Did a test batch this weekend, and they were incredible. No batter, no dusting of flour, no nothing. Super crispy. Also, while we're doing that, because the way we're going to cook them, we're going to have a little downtime. So I figured we'd make a jalapeno popper stuffed with some shrimp and andouille sausage, some cheese mix in there. We're going to wrap that in bacon, throw it in the oven, and then we're going to have 3 sauces tonight. So I'm going to teach you how to make teriyaki sauce. We're going to make Parmesan herb, like garlic Parmesan, and we're going to make your regular old buffalo. I like garlic in mine, so we're going to do a little garlic as well. Big thanks to the guys over at Wassey's Meats. We really do appreciate it. Their sponsorship is exactly what makes this thing go. And of course, the other Oliver Brothers Real Estate, we thank them as well. And as we do the video tonight, if you don't mind, like and share, like and share, like and share. That helps us get as many people involved as possible. And I met a really cool person I want to give a shout out to. I want to say it's PJ and Julia. God, I hope that's right. The guys over at Healthy Junk Food, Hellthy. Met those guys at the celebrity softball game last week, and they're awesome people, and their channel is really fun. So subscribe to those guys on YouTube and give them some love. They're going to wind up being on PTK here pretty soon. Other than that, I want to send a big thanks out to Code Black's wife, Kelly, who's doing the camera work tonight, because Tori is in New York hanging out with Gloria Gaynor, the disco queen. It's just incredible how weird that thing is, but she's such a sweet lady, and Tori was sending me pictures today from her estate in New Jersey. Very cool. And so we're going to do all that. Tonight we're drinking something I've never seen from Goose Island before. I love the Goose products. It's their preseason lager, and I thought it fit perfectly since we're doing kind of football stuff. Now, I said tailgating.
Okay, it says you're sideways. Sorry, I'm new at this and I was handed something. Here we go.
Tailgating, since we're tailgating, although this is not like tailgating stuff, because we're not doing anything on the grill. This is like football food. So this is like having the boys over. Like we always go over to Code Black's house and have snacks and stuff. And I thought we'd just do these tonight and have some fun and try some different flavors. So let's get going. First things first.
Hi, Amy.
Hi, Amy. So here's the trick of how we do these good wings. So Brian Thoman at Canvas, when I was over making my dinner, by the way, thanks to Second Harvest. That was an unbelievable, like crazy blast of a good time. We had so much fun, and for you guys who are there, I can't thank you enough. And if you can't make it to mine, Trina Gregory Probst from 7 Bites is doing the next one. Get involved with it. It's awesome. The food's insane, and you're supporting something super special in Orlando. Here's what Brian Thoman told me. He goes, we put wings on the menu, and we were talking about how I don't like giant jumbo wings. He goes, well, I've got a way to get through that hole where if you bite down to the bottom, it's crispy, but when you get down by the bone, it's kind of stringy or whatever. And this is a technique that people have been doing forever. And from what I understand, this is the buffalo technique. So what we have here is my Dutch oven, my big old Dutch oven. We have it about halfway full with vegetable oil, or excuse me, this is canola oil. And we only have it turned down to about 6. So we have the temperature of the oil at about 250, 275. Now, when I put these wings in, they're going to bubble for a second, but it'll cool the oil down. And basically what we're doing is confit. And if you don't know what confit is, so when you do duck breast confit, you take duck breasts, and you put them in a pan, you cover them in duck fat. You put them in the oven at the temperature that when it's all one temperature, it cooks the duck perfectly through without overcooking. It's kind of like sous vide in vegetable oil. Then we're going to take the wings out, we're going to drain them, we're going to turn the oil up to 400 degrees, back into the oil, and the skins are going to get like potato chips. It is incredible. Plus, it soaks up that sauce. Awesome. So let's go ahead and do that. So I had a little test wing. So you'll see they're gonna kind of start cooking, which we don't want really. But what's gonna happen is these wings are gonna cool this oil down, or they should. Hold on.
Oh, black splatter.
Yeah, we're gonna have a little splatter. It's fine, but they will cool it down. It's already happening. You can see it's already kind of coming down a little bit.
Hey, Kent, we're actually cooking wings.
Chicken wings.
Chicken wings.
Now, that's not on the heat. When that starts kind of bubbling like that, I'll pull it back over to heat. And that's really kind of almost what you want right there. But you'll notice that bubble won't have that frying thing that you're used to seeing. Where you're used to seeing a really rolling, really mad frying. Because we have a lot of oil in there. We don't want to do that. And it doesn't really matter. As long as they're under the oil, that's all we care about. So I can pile them in there. Usually you're like, oh, don't crowd the thing. Don't crowd the oil. It's going to get all soggy. Well, the way we're cooking these, we don't really mind that so much. So we're going to get them in. See what I'm saying, Kel? The oil came right down. Gonna be very careful.
Yep. I don't want to get burned.
We don't, and I don't mind that. So we're gonna leave that real low because we actually just want it to kind of curdle like that. We're gonna actually. I just made up a word because curdle isn't really a word. I meant to say gurgle, but I said curdle. So anyway, we're gonna just let these kind of almost just kind of a slight boil. It's kind of a weird thing, but that's what we want. And here's what's gonna happen. Here we go. So what's gonna happen is those wings are gonna cook, but they're not gonna crisp. So that skin is gonna get nice and soft for us, but it's not gonna get brown. So when we pull those out and we put them on our drain pan and get that oil off of them, and then get that oil back up to heat, we'll cook them in batches and get them really crispy. They're gonna be insane. All right, so now let's go ahead and make the stuffing for our jalapeno popper. I took the liberty of doing a couple of these beforehand because I want to show you guys how to do one or two. Because one of the most versatile tools in your kitchen, believe it or not, is this regular old potato peeler. But you got to get the one that has that little scoop thing. And if you'll notice, it has it, the way that the blade is, the blade on that side that's where the sharp is. So what we have here is you have your regular old jalapeno, which of course you can have there. But what I do was, I take my knife, just pull that cap right off, no big deal. Right inside, right? Just hold it, turn it lightly. You'll break through that little membrane.
Amazing.
Check it out. Check it out. And it goes right through there, and then you slip it. Cool, right?
Yes.
So that comes right out. And that makes it really easy. That way you have that beautiful cup of jalapeno. And we're going to stuff that thing full with some delicious. Let's get going on that. Okay, so ricotta cheese.
Yes.
We're going to use about, you know what? We're not going to measure a whole lot, Kel. You know me. You've known me well enough and long enough that we don't
Not a measurer.
We're not doing a lot of measuring. But I figure this is probably going to be about a cup. Oh, yeah, look at this one. Perfect, Kelly.
All right, do we need to come over here?
Perfect.
Let's see how those are doing.
Let's see how they are like that. I'm glad you came.
They're getting a little bit darker. A little bit.
No, they're not. See, watch. And I don't mind that being just like that because that's just barely gurgling. That's what we want. Okay. And I know that's really weird to people who cook wings because they expect to throw their breaded wings into the really hot oil and have them come out crispy. But these are going to be way better than the ones because that skin, even though you do get it crispy, this way you don't have to use any flour, any batter. This is just the chicken skin being cooked exactly how it's supposed to be cooked.
Excellent.
So, a little bit of cheese, ricotta cheese. We don't want too much, Kel. We have, this is about a handful of Florida pink shrimp that I got at Publix. I just sauteed them up a little bit in olive oil with a little bit of what's that, the seafood, God almighty, I always forget. Oh, Old Bay, right?
Old Bay.
Yeah, Old Bay. So
it's the best.
I'm just going to chop these up pretty good. This knife is so freaking sharp. By the way, I want to show you something as soon as I get done with this bell. Check it out. I'll show you. So these little shrimp, you want them cut up because here's the thing. You got to remember, I'm going to put this through I'm going to make a little cheater bag to use to shoot my my mixture of sausage and shrimp into the cavity of my pepper. Show me with that shrimp.
Cavity.
Yeah, dude. So that's that. Oh, check this out. I was going to show you.
I'm intrigued.
No, see, check it out.
What is this?
That is a brand new Shun knife and
look at that.
A brand new Shun knife. This is exactly the one I have right here. Ready? Here's what we have this. Next week when we do How Tuesday,
there you go.
We're going to give that away courtesy of the Oliver Brothers Real Estate. That's
awesome.
That's a $190 knife. And not that price means a lot, but price usually does mean quality, and it certainly does in this case. It's a quality knife, and if you want to know if Shun knives are any good, I was cooking with Brian Thoman, who is a professional, runs Canvas, and Brian has a Shun knife. That's what Brian cooks with Shun knives. And he's had it for a while, and he's got the professional series, which I do not have because he's a baller and I'm not. But yeah, they're really good knives. So this is andouille sausage, and this is, this is supermarket andouille. It's still going to be good because it has that good smoky flavor and some spice that we want inside this pepper. And this pepper is going to be, Kelly, it is going to be loaded.
Loaded?
Loaded with flavor. I mean,
awesome.
Absolutely overwhelmingly loaded with flavor. So we just rough dice. It doesn't have to be super crazy accurate because we're going to chop it up pretty good. We just want the flavor of the sausage in there. We don't really need the texture of the sausage, Kelly. We don't need people to feel like chunks of sausage. We just really want it in there because the flavor's got that beautiful smoky beautiful flavor that we want to mix with the shrimp. Shrimp and sausage are naturals together, by the way. If you ever want to make one of the best hoagies, get a hoagie roll, saute some shrimp, some smoked sausage, peppers, onions together, and just throw it in the roll. And a little bit of just creamy cheese on top. That is like one of my favorite summer sandwiches. Love it. So we have our sausage in real quick.
Okay, we're putting sausage in the bowl.
Sausage in the bowl. We're also going to take a little bit of this garlic. I cut up a few cloves of garlic. Don't want a lot of it in there.
So what is that? Just like a clove, maybe?
Yeah, 1 clove.
Okay.
So we want to cut that a little thin. This week, guys, at Second Harvest, I was cutting some onions. You know, and it's funny, you always take for granted, like when you know how to do something, you're like, you just expect people to know how to like rip through onions without cutting their fingers off. But it's kind of cool to see those guys really starting to learn good technique from the very beginning, but they were sweet guys. We really appreciate the work with them. They're awesome.
In the bowl.
Well, garlic, a little salt. We'll do pre-salt there. We're going to do a little bit of, where my pepper go, Bill? Oh, there it is.
Oh, there you go.
A little bit of pepper. Now, key. Oh, these wings are going to be so awesome. Turn it up a little bit. Key is this. We want a little bit of parsley. Because parsley has a magical way of making things just so perfectly earthy. I love it more than anything.
And moist.
Yes. Parmesan. We want 2 tablespoons. And the reason why, we talked about this before, ricotta is a really bland cheese, okay? We need something to sharpen it up. We need something to make it sharper, to have a more pronounced cheese flavor per se. We're also going to use a little of this that we used last week. This is that sharp provolone, Kel.
Sharp provolone.
Just a little sharp provolone. Not a whole lot.
Never heard of that before.
It tastes a little bit like fontina, or
okay.
the Asiago. It's kind of a funky.
Interesting.
Kind of a funky thing. So we're going to do about a tablespoon of that. We don't need a whole lot. And that's.
It smells good. I love cheese.
It's so crazy funky, man.
Love cheese.
And last but not least, and I'll let this sit out to get room temperature because I want to mix it right in, and I don't want it too lumpy. This is a little bit of cream cheese. Regular old Breakstones cream cheese.
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia. Is that Breakstones or not?
That's Philadelphia.
Oh, yeah, right.
Right there. Philadelphia. There you go.
Watch it.
Don't argue with me.
All right.
All right.
Good. So, we're going to take this, just mix this all together, which is probably a little bit more. Push it all together. So the shrimp.
So if you're just tuning in, we're doing some wings tonight and some jalapeno poppers that we're making the stuffing for.
Yep.
And we're getting close to, I think, the end of that.
Yeah, so this is the stuffing. And this is shrimp, andouille sausage, Parmesan, ricotta, a little bit of ricotta. Parmesan, ricotta, a little bit of cream cheese in there. Cheesy, but believe it or not, because the shrimp has a good pronounced flavor and the andouille sausage has a really, really nice pronounced flavor, I think it is going to wind up being really nice. And of course, when you cook oh yeah, that's great. Man, that's really good.
Better than you expected?
Salt.
Yes, there you
Well,
go.
I tell you what, when you work with professional chefs like I was working with this past week, let me tell you what, guys, and I hope Thoman's watching, if you think you've salted your dish enough, and you're in the kitchen like with a pro, man, those fools salt their food. I mean, I was adding salt, and he's like, more, more, more. And I'm like, no, dude. And he's like, yes, dude. And I'm like, shut up. And he punched me, and I started talking. All right, so we're going to make a quick little piping bag. Little poor man's piping bag here.
That's what I use every time.
Yep.
Works just as good as the expensive one.
It does. Kelly and I are in the same boat of being, we're frugal people. We are frugal people.
For sure.
Save a little bit of money here and there. Alright, so, Kelly, let me turn this board over real quick. Put some shrimp in there.
You got a jalapeno stuck under there. Okay.
Alright. So what we'll do is we'll take this little baggie. God, that is so good. A little messy sometimes. We're going to just whack the tip. I think this should work. So good. Oh yeah, these wings are starting to Come here, look at him real quick,
Okay.
Cal.
I didn't know if you wanted me to come.
It's okay. Now,
Here we go.
see how the oil's doing? And what's happening is, look, skin color's not changing, but I can tell by grabbing them, they're getting done. Now, and look at how the skin is reacting to that. It's staying nice and white, but the meat is cooking inside. So we have been on there for about, these have been in for about 8 minutes or so. We're gonna let them cook probably about another 8 to 10 minutes. At that level right there, we want them, again, we're doing like home feed. We're using the oil temperature a little bit over what it takes to get it done. We're gonna do that for 20 minutes. Then we're gonna pull them out and let them rest, let that oil get up to heat, drop those wings back in, then crisp them up nice and brown, make our sauces be good. Let's get going on this. So we have our filling. I got a feeling, Kel, this may be a little, oh, look at that. Boom.
It's working.
Sweet.
It's working good. Oh yeah, bacon.
Sweet, can I have bacon?
Yep.
So we got one little, and this is just, look, I gotta tell you something about bacon, how I feel about bacon. They're like, you like that Wright brothers, all that, man. Bacon's bacon, dude. I don't see there are really good bacons, like, the guys over at Petty's have in-house, they make some bacon in-house, and that's fine. I don't really see a need to spend a lot of money on bacon, because, it's got a great flavor either way. I don't think you're going to get really screwed
So he's
over.
actually wrapping bacon around the jalapeno after he's piping in the stuffing.
So when I cut the slices in half, because you don't want too much, and I start at the bottom, I actually did that one wrong. I start at the tip and then wrap it around and hold it like that. That way it holds it on. And then just kind of work it up. You don't need a lot on there, Kel. It doesn't need to go crazy on there. Just a little bit of bacon on there.
Hi, Gianluca from Italy.
Hey! Do they say bonjour? No, that's French.
No.
That's adios. Is that right? Adios?
I don't know. I was just there. I should know this.
Yeah, you were just there.
The French is what I
You big international traveler. All right. So these are good right here. And we're going to get these in the oven. Then when we get these in the oven, we'll start kind of putting together our wing sauces. Because actually, once these wings come out and drain a little bit, and that oil gets back up, about the time these things are done cooking, these poppers will be coming out, and we're going to be good to go.
Is that an IPA?
No, it's Goose Island's their seasonal or preseason lager. Because this is kind of like football food. That's what we're doing tonight. So we're doing like your Heavens and Boys over, whatever. We're going to make some cool stuff. We're just piping this in. We're using a cheap man's pipe. This is shrimp, andouille sausage, garlic, salt, pepper.
Ricotta cheese.
A little bit of ricotta cheese, some Parmesan cheese. We have some, of course, and we have a little bit of sharp provolone in there. Which really isn't necessary. It's just kind of my thing.
See, I like sharp cheddar in mine.
Yeah, sharp cheddars are good too, 100%.
Yes.
Because you want that good bold flavor, Bill. Mm-hmm. So
absolutely.
So we just get these little pieces, and really, again, the reason I do it at the bottom is because I can pinch that piece right there and hold the bacon on like that. And the bacon, I let it get to room temperature, so it's real sticky. If you work with it too cold, it won't work, and that will cook right on there. It's not going to fall apart. Everything's going to be fine, and you're going to have great flavor. And don't push this bag too fast, because the damn thing will blow a seam out. And,
True story.
It will blow a seam out, so you got to be just take your time. Man, ain't nobody hurry. Everybody's watching football and having a good time.
Except the person cooking.
Except the person cooking, which is usually always me and you.
Which could be fun.
It's always me and you.
We are the cooks.
This pipes in so nice, Kelly. I mean, and even though it's a thicker, because people are like, oh, it's so thick, but it is a little thicker than you think. But it's still, because as it gets to room temperature, it actually is really easy to work in there. So,
well, what's really cool is that it's interesting that you're leaving them whole. Because my sister teaches me how to cook a lot of stuff, and she's always cut the jalapenos in half, but that's interesting, and it's a lot less work.
It is less, and I have to tell you, I think it's easier to eat, because you get a couple bites out of it.
Excellent. Yeah, it's a really good
that's
concept.
A good point, actually.
Yep.
And, funny thing is, so Kelly, there's battles. Kelly's a good cook. And actually, Kelly's a great cook.
Oh, thank you.
And there's a thing that I've got to learn how to make that Kelly does a couple things way better than me. Her chicken enchiladas are ethereal. But the green chili from Colorado Belle, that's the one thing I have to attack this season, is try to make that. And I'm not trying to sweat your area, I promise.
That's okay. You're never going to get the guacamole down, so I'm good.
Yeah. Damn good guacamole, too. Thanks for reminding me. So let's do this one more. I actually want to show for people who didn't get to see earlier how we clean these poppers out. And then
yeah. Good idea.
We always like to try to show people how to use something cool. So this is a regular potato peeler. But if you get the one that has that little scooper in, what's really cool is you see those little things there? Just go right into one all the way down.
I just learned this tonight.
Yeah, just hold it, and as you turn it, you can see it breaks that little membrane, and it actually doesn't take much effort at all. Twist it a little bit, and watch. All you do is lift up, and it pulls the entire top right out.
What a time saver.
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
It's crazy, and that means you can rip through these things really quick. Like, we're making these things in no time, man.
I agree.
So we're going to get these in the oven right here. These poppers are great, by the way. Oh, smoky bacon and cream cheese and that good smoky andouille. And that little briny shrimp is great. So we're going to put these in a 350-degree oven. Got it preheat. 350 degrees. They'll probably take about 15 minutes, Kel. Maybe a little bit more. And let's go and get these, we'll go and get these wings
I was going to say, what are these wings looking like?
Yeah.
So how long do you think these were in here? About 12 minutes?
Well, at 7:20, we put them in as soon as we get on the air. So these in about 15 minutes.
Okay.
Now, usually they tell you, cook them about 20 minutes, because even when you're cooking a wing from raw at a 375-degree oil temperature, it still takes it 15, 18, 20 minutes to get done. Okay. And let's face it, it does take a lot of work to dry one of these things out, especially when we're going to douse it in that beautiful. See, we're getting a little bit of color there, which we don't want, so we are going to go ahead and get these things out of there. So, because we're not going to lose that crispy. So what we're doing is, this is, if you're just tuning in, these are double fried chicken wings. This is one of the restaurant secrets to making incredibly good restaurant quality chicken wings. So what you do is you set your oil temperature at about 250, 75 degrees. Put your oil in. You see how that's reacting? It is frying a little bit, but it's kind of more gurgling. And you'll notice our wings aren't brown. So what they've done is they've actually cooked through, but the temperature isn't high enough to cook the fat and the proteins and the skin yet. We're going to do that in a minute because we're going to heat our oil up, and then we're going to blast these damn things in there. And what's great is you get that, you know how really good wings, the wing will draw back from the bone a little bit, and you're like, man, that's perfect. That's exactly what these are going to do.
Exactly
what they're going to do. Boy, there's a lot in here. There's this many.
There was. I was thinking that when you were putting them in.
Colby was supposed to be here tonight, and Colby had to go to work today. I thought he was actually going to help us. I thought it was going to be a boys' night tonight. So Kelly really stepped in and helped out here, which I appreciate greatly.
You're very welcome.
So our jalapeno poppers stuffed with shrimp and andouille are in the sausage, or in the
oven.
In the oven, or a sausage, however you want to look at it. Now, when we go to put these back in, we're not going to be putting this many in, because we do have a lot of oil in our pan, and we do not want it coming over. You damn sure don't want that. You don't want a house fire for sure. But look at how that's rolling already. So that's actually not going to take that long to come up to heat.
So you're just turning the heat up now on this?
Yes. So I'm going to bring this up to about 400 degrees. And what you see there is like leftover water. It's kind of boiling a bit. That temperature, that oil is still the same temperature because I've only had it on 5 this entire time. Even though that looks like it's really, really hot, it's not. So we're going to bring this up to about 8. All right, and while we're doing that, while that's getting up to temperature, you can sit right here, Belle.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. You don't need to
I'm going to trip over the dog.
That's all right, go. He's a rat. Come over here and I'll chop some garlic real quick. So I'm going to go ahead and cut all this garlic up, and here's why. We're going to use it a couple different ways. This is probably about 7 or 8 cloves of organic garlic. And the reason I'm doing this is because I like my wings hot sauce, garlic, and then I sprinkle them with garlic to finish, like raw garlic. So actually not raw, but sauteed.
But you're doing a couple of different sauces,
yeah,
correct?
we're going to do teriyaki. We're going to do garlic parm. That's what I need this for as well. And then we're going to do my hot garlic sauce. But all you have to do to make this just a regular buffalo sauce is don't put the garlic in. We want to actually have this down. We want to take this down a little bit. We want to mince this up a little bit. And guys, when you're working with oil, please be very, very careful. I don't have my thermometer with me. Believe it or not, I took it on a stupid camper, if you can believe it, and left it there. But it's really important for you to make sure that you maintain oil. So if you look, that's really starting to get unruly already. And oil fires do happen so quickly. You really, look at that.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah,
I heard
crazy,
it.
right?
I heard it burp, gurgling like crazy now.
What's happened is this. So that's some of that skin came off the wings and they're at the bottom there. Cooking a little bit. So we're going to go ahead with this pot. We're going to get that a little hot. We're going to get a little bit of butter in this pan. We're going to saute this garlic real quick. We just want to get the raw flavor out of it, Kel. We don't want it in there too raw. We want to get a little bit of, we're going to extract a little bit of that roasty flavor out of the garlic.
So what temperature do you usually saute this at?
Just medium high. Like I've got it high because it's going to happen so fast. Garlic sautés in in like, 3 minutes. And when you add garlic with anything, when you're cooking with it, guys, like let's say you're cooking with mirepoix and garlic, so you saute the onions, celery, carrot in. Garlic's always the last thing before you add liquid. You only want to saute it a couple minutes, 2 minutes, because if you burn it or scorch it, it'll get bitter and it'll permeate your dish. Permeate is bad. See, when I drop that in, it didn't even react.
Yeah, I don't think it's hot enough.
See, it didn't even react. But that looks like a boiling cauldron of death,
yes,
doesn't it?
It does. It looks very...
Let's hope we don't die, Kel. I hope we don't die, guys.
I have an exit.
This will be the last one. The 21st episode is the last one.
Oh, you're gonna see us burn up.
Right, exactly. Oh, and then we're gonna make our good old buffalo sauce using Frank's. I put this shit on everything. So that's the old stereotypical sauce, which is basically room temperature butter, which we're gonna put right here in a little thing. And
do you use salted butter or unsalted?
Unsalted. That way we can add salt to it as we go.
Gotcha.
We'll soften this in the microwave for a couple seconds because it's not quite where it needs to be. That literally almost fell out of my hand right into the oil, by the way.
Oh no.
How crazy
You all would have seen some butter and some burned Jimmy. That would not have been fun to be filming.
That would have been bad. That knife is so scary sharp.
It's beautiful. I love it.
So we're just kind of, like I said, we're just really sweating this garlic, Kel. We just want to get that raw garlic flavor out of there and develop more of the roasty flavor of the garlic, that stereotypical, real full, rich, garlic flavor. That's all we really want there. We don't really need to go crazy. Just put a little butter in there, get that out, get that raw flavor out of there, and we're going to add that to our sauces as we go.
You coming back this way, or are you going to put things in? Okay.
Also, the other thing we can do is, we can do this in 2 ways. I'll make this the garlic parm, and then we'll get another one of our bowls, which I just had. Oh, here. No, here. Which I just added. And then what we'll do is, we'll do the same thing here, and we'll make this our buffalo. That way you have some sauces. You don't have to do any of these this way. You can just kind of do it how you want, which is, if you like this regular old buffalo sauce, and here's the cool thing with this. This is a great base sauce, which is Frank's Red Hot. I put a little Tabasco in mine and butter. That's it. And you don't want to melt the butter completely. Like you'll look, that's just softened. And I actually want that to soften because when I put there, I want the wings to kind of bring that butter down. See how many we can get in there.
Is it ready yet? Not quite. All right.
It's getting there though. So we'll save this butter here. We'll soften this a little bit. By the way, guys, like and share the video if you don't mind. We really appreciate it. That way we can kind of share all this love with everybody. And when you make these things for your football party coming up, playoffs, next game, this Sunday, whatever, you do this step by step, and I'm telling you, man, this is an easy thing that makes everybody happy. And you will have the best wings. If you have your boys over and like, oh, yeah, we're gonna see you. Man, I'd throw a grilled wing in your face. The only way to eat chicken wings is fried. Crispy, crispy, crispy. Crispy is the key. All right, so we have our two butter-based sauces are ready to go. Frank's Red Hot. We don't even bother with that. Okay. Now, with the Frank's Red Hot, I am still going to put a little bit of salt. And I want a little bit of Tabasco, which I love. On top of that, a little bit of Tabasco. Okay. I'll also use probably about that much of my garlic, which isn't much, a couple tablespoons. I'm going to mix it up real quick. You can already see, it's got that, remember Hooters sauce had that orange, that real orangey flavor, or that orange look? This is kind of what that's going to be. When I put these on this sauce on these hot wings, it's going to come alive. Now, the other thing you can do with this sauce to make it a little hotter, if it's not quite hot enough, pretty easy. A little organic cayenne pepper, a couple shakes. That'll bring it up a little bit. If you want to add habaneros to this, you can do that. Ghost pepper sauce, you can do that. This is a great base to create however hot or not hot you want it. If you just use Frank's in this, it's medium. You start building from there.
Spicy.
Oh my God, that is so good. So we're going to put these in.
Okay.
because I know it's going to come up. I don't want it to get so hot.
We're not going to burn up.
No, we're not. And they're going to start going too. You can see them starting to turn already. We're only going to do a few. We don't have to do them all. Just to show everybody the versatility of the sauces and stuff. Going to cook mainly the drummies. Although I like the flats because they get more skin.
That's my favorite.
Like
I don't do the drummies.
No?
Nope. I like the meat in the flats.
Really?
Yep.
You know what? I kind of find myself maybe feeling the same way, don't I?
Yeah. I think that the drumettes are kind of gristly. You know?
A lot of people think that, yeah. Because, and you get more, you get kind of more, I don't know, I think you maybe get a little more, you get more skin. Really, let's face it, that's the flavor.
Yes.
This is skin. Screw it, might as well put it in there. We're in there. I thought we weren't going to do it. Kind of shrink up a little bit. Boom, boom, and we'll leave that little number there. So, we're going to really keep an eye on this heat. That's probably about 20 wings.
And that's on what, like medium high-ish?
This is like on, medium high.
Okay.
So we really want to keep an eye on that because we don't want that thing starting to go crazy over there because we have to really be cool. Okay, garlic parm. This is how easy that is.
Garlic,
Parmesan cheese,
parm.
butter.
Garlic and Parmesan.
You know what's funny, Kelly? You know, we make fun because we're like, well, how hard. But there are people who just get so intimidated by being in the kitchen at all that they really freak themselves out about stuff like this, and they don't realize.
Code Black is one of them.
Look at that color.
He's afraid of cooking, so he makes fun of it. He is afraid of it. And he has no patience.
Yikes. Less salt.
We should make him come cook some
No.
night
Oh.
with you.
I don't want that fool in here. What's that guy gonna do? Tell me what that guy's gonna do to do it for anybody.
Make him chop something. It would be a comedy show.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he'll chop the tops off of beer cans.
Or his fingertips.
Right, exactly.
He needs those.
And so there's another quick little sauce I'm going to show you guys because my friend Daniel Dennis showed me this years and years ago. And we'll do this before we do the teriyaki.
This must be really spicy.
So it's kind of weird because Daniel, look, this is Florida honey, or actually Central Florida honey. Sriracha. 2 tablespoons. Red pepper. Couple of shakes. You want to whisk this up. And this, my friends, is the best sweet hot sauce I promise you will ever have in your entire life. And it's so simple. Look how beautiful that is in the bowl, Kelly.
Yeah, that's awesome. So what is in there?
Honey.
Honey.
Sriracha.
Yep.
And it is spicy and good.
Just honey and sriracha?
And it's sweet. Honey, sriracha, and a little bit of red pepper.
Oh, red pepper. That's right.
A little red pepper flake.
I missed what you were
So
putting in.
and what we'll do is we don't actually toss our wings in that. We put them in the bowl, we drizzle that. Then we toss and drizzle because you don't want a lot of that on there because it's so sweet. We really don't want that. So now our wings are getting that good gurgle we like.
Do you want me to come back and show them?
Yeah.
All right. I can do that.
So we're starting to color up a little bit.
Yes, they are. A little bit of brown.
Check on stay right where you are.
Yep, I was coming down here.
Woo! We're going to lose some of that topping, but who cares? I don't even care.
Yeah, it'll still be
It'll
good.
stay in there,
It'll
yeah.
still be good.
And those are going to soften up real nice. That bacon will cook right around there. It'll be good. Now, let's do our last sauce.
Wow, 4 of them tonight.
Well,
huh?
I just threw this one in for a treat. Soy sauce. All right.
Oh, you said teriyaki, didn't you?
Yep, soy sauce. Sesame oil. Be careful with sesame oil because it can get a little crazy. A little bit of red pepper flake. Don't put too much in this because it will take over quickly. I mean, like take over. It gets gross in a hurry. Brown sugar.
Maybe. There you go.
Yeah.
You got it. You got it.
Brown sugar eventually.
How much brown sugar do you
I'm
use?
probably going to put about 3 tablespoons because we only have a little bit of soy sauce. We're only going to do these. Like I said, we're only going to toss a couple just to show you how to do it. So basically, you have soy sauce, brown sugar, sesame oil, sesame seeds. Not a whole lot. We're going to use our same whisk here. We'll just give it a quick rinse with some hot water. no cross-contamination. This sauce is going to be a little thinner, but it's the good thing about it, because it's thin, when it hits that crispy skin, kill it, taste it.
Very good.
When it hits that crispy skin, it's going to be great.
Teriyaki, it's so good.
So our double fried wings are getting good and brown. Those things will be ready in probably about, I don't know, 5-6 minutes or so. Until then, like it and share the video if you don't mind. We have our jalapeno poppers. I can kind of go over the entire thing. So today what we're doing is this. We are making some cool stuff for your football party. The best chicken wings, which are double fried. So what we did is we got our oil going earlier at about 275, wings in. They just kind of barely gurgle. The oil doesn't really take charge. It cooks the wing through without crisping the skin. Take them out, bring the oil up to 375 degrees. Wings back in to good and crispy. Take them out, we'll drain them real quick, then right into our sauces. While we're doing that, we made a jalapeno popper just by simply coring some jalapeno peppers. This mix right here is cream cheese, ricotta cheese, Parmesan, a little bit of sharp provolone, which you don't really need, some fresh parsley, salt and pepper, shrimp, and andouille sausage. All of that very, very doable. By the way, if you don't want to get andouille, Fred Stokes smoked sausage is great. Chorizo, great. Tasso ham, great. You just want some smoke in there, because shrimp and smoke go really, really well together. So that's what we like.
Let's see how these are doing. Let's see them. Let's see them. Are they getting there? Oh, getting better, but they still got a little ways to go.
Yeah, they do. They got some ways to go, but they're cooking exactly how we want them.
Yep, they're crisping up.
Yep, and I'm spilling oil on the burner so we can really catch on fire.
Yeah, I know. I'm waiting for my toes. I shouldn't have worn flip-flops.
Oh, God. Tori was throwing some stuff in one of the pans and tossed like 2 tablespoons of like sauteing hot vegetables.
Yeah,
right
I saw.
onto the top.
I saw.
Oh,
I watched.
I laughed.
I watched.
Oh, God, I laughed. Tonight we're drinking Goose Island, a pre-seasoned lager. We also made our 3 sauces tonight, which is garlic parmesan. This is our stereotypical buffalo, which doesn't look like much now, but when it gets on the wings, it will. We have our teriyaki right here. And we have our honey sriracha, which is our really good, sweet, hot sauce that my buddy Daniel told me all about a while back. We're going to do some presentations with this. We'll get some bowls out real quick.
And as Jimmy was saying, every one of these sauces only has 3 or 4 ingredients that makes them super delicious.
Yeah, and really easy to do.
And super easy for anyone to do.
Cheap. I mean, a lot of people already have a pack of cream cheese. I mean, you may have to buy ricotta. It's $2.99. A lot of this stuff you already have. Instead of buying like a pound of shrimp to do this dish, I bought a handful of shrimp. It was $3. Andouille sausage will keep forever, and you can use it to make good rice with. If you just want to make shrimp rice, cook some brown rice, tomatoes, shrimp, chicken, and some andouille sausage. You basically have jambalaya, some spices in there. You're
I was just going to say, you could do the shrimp and andouille sausage and do gumbo too.
You could.
Very easy.
You could. Oh, that's running up. I need a refill on my beer cup.
Okay.
Any questions out there?
Anybody got any questions for Jimmy? Anything that you're seeing that you might want to, you came in late or have any questions?
So, I'll tell you something real quick. So we're having one of the most reputable, like the newest pizza guy in town is going to be on the show Wednesday. So we're recording that, and that's what we're here for tonight. Pizza Bruno is coming into the show Wednesday. So apparently, I haven't had it yet. I hear it's like the most amazing pizza of all time. So we'll talk to him about creating a cool brand like that. And plus we have some other stuff. We'll be going over the stuff that we've done this last couple of weeks. Heather and myself, we missed a week because of the second harvest thing.
Which was excellent, awesome, loved it.
It was. Did you like it?
Great cause. It was great food. And it's awesome because there's chefs there that, I didn't realize this, that are training. And I learned that night that they get all of their chefs kind of from, sous chefs and people that are just starting out, and they pick them and try to place them in restaurants or wherever all over the...
Yeah, I got a job that night.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, Brian hired a guy named Darnell that night. Going to start like everybody else does, washing dishes just like Brian started. But in a professional kitchen, when you watch professionals work and you're watching the guys and you see how serious guys are, like that's your station, this is your thing, and you watch how serious it is, nothing personal, we just want to get good dishes out every single time, that guy will learn more in 3 months working at that restaurant under a guy like Brian than he'll learn in a very long time, doing other stuff.
So I have a lady named Ashley. She wants to know what type of pan you're frying the wings in.
Okay, this is just a Dutch oven, so it's cast iron. It's an enameled cast iron. Oh God, Kelly, look.
Oh, they're browning up. They're about ready. Pretty soon.
Far away. And we're gonna let them get a little bit crispier than that. So what we did was, this is just a cast iron Dutch oven. Tori actually found this at Tori got this actually with you, Kel.
Yes, she did.
You guys were at an auction.
Yes, we were.
Over in Castleberry, which was actually one of the coolest things. Barn, and every Friday night you would just show up and they would have an auction. You never knew, man. It would be a motorcycle to a box of Playboys to old golf clubs to this set, my grilled pan, and a great little saucepan. I think she bought all of that for like, what, $70 or something?
Yeah, it was awesome.
That alone, I think, is $239.
So, Katrina, I am Code Black's wife. She's asking, she said that's not Tori's voice. I'm a late joiner. I'm asking who this is behind the camera. Oh, no. No. That would
It'd be bad, because she'd kill me fast.
Yes.
But no, this is
slit throats.
You hear me talk about Code Black on there all the time. That's Code Black's wife. We used to live next door to these guys. Became friends in 2004 when I screamed at everybody for making too much noise. Because I had to get up early, only to have her husband yell "F you" and then do a dive bomb off the roof into his pool. Which makes him very cool. I hate saying it, but it does actually makes him very cool. If I did something like that, I would go to jail. He was like, "Oh, go to jail. You're stupid. Go to jail."
So someone is asking, and I just want to make sure I'm doing this right. They said, is there a how-to on Tuesday night? And it just came up on Facebook, like in a messenger. But I hope, we are on PrimeTime Live, right?
We're on PrimeTime Kitchen. We should be.
Okay, I hope so too, because...
That's all right. No big deal.
There's people on here, but someone just put a message, so...
That's okay. Don't worry about it. It'll go up on Facebook, and wherever we have to share it, we'll share it. Tori's out of town this weekend. Just tonight. She's up in New York. She's actually going to the Harry Connick Jr. show tomorrow with Gloria. She's going to go up Gigi, as she's known to friends.
Gloria Gaynor.
She's going to Gloria asked her to come up and go to her Harry Connick Jr. So if you want to see Gloria Gaynor tomorrow, she'll be on the Harry Connick Jr. show, and know that my wife is like side stage watching everything. They're hanging out right now. I think Gloria's cooking for her tonight because Gloria can cook. I think Gloria has a garden in her place.
So a little tidbit while we're in between this stuff. I went to school with Jill Goodacre, who is married to Harry Connick Jr.
Really?
Yes, I did.
Really?
Fairview High School in Boulder, Colorado.
I will be down.
Yes, sir.
Look at that color.
Yeah, some of those are getting good at the bottom there.
Oh, look at that. Really close, Kel. We're so close, but not quite.
A couple of them need to definitely cook a little longer.
Okay, so we'll just go ahead and turn the heat off because we don't need it anymore. Because that's going to retain, that will cook for another, literally will not lose 1 degree for another 5 minutes. That thing will just maintain. And basically we're done. We can have some...
Oh, let's see what's in the oven here.
Yeah. These are our stuffed jalapenos. Inside there, by the way, as that bacon kind of cooks away, that's ricotta cheese with parm. We got some shrimp and andouille sausage in there, a little salt and pepper, some fresh parsley. And as soon as that bacon gets a little crispy, which is only a few minutes away, those will pull out and they'll be ready to go. Cool those off really well before you eat them. You do not want a 350-degree cheese bomb in your mouth, melting the roof of your mouth. You don't want to do that.
And the wings as well.
And the wings as well.
Because those suckers are hot right now.
They are. But we really appreciate you guys tuning in. Don't forget, if you don't mind, like and share the entire video, please, as we go forward. We got a lot of cool stuff coming up. We don't actually have anything planned in November. I'm doing a couple of charity events in November, but we don't have a PrimeTime Kitchen event planned. The Vines wants to do something with us. We're trying to hook up with that. And December is a nightmare, and of course, January is a big year for us. 2018 is going to be a big year for us with our show coming up on Fridays. Please check that out. Of course, you can hear us every morning. Monsters of the Morning from 6 until 11. I still think it's the best morning show in Orlando, and I have for years, and I'll continue to believe that, the most irreverent and realist morning show in the city of Orlando that I still love doing. So on Fridays next year, if you haven't heard, I'm 3 to 7 on Fridays. Jim Phillips is working Monday through Thursday, and I take over Friday. It's going to be the Jim Colbert Show, and it's going to be 3 to 7. Deb Roberts is coming with us, Ross Padgett, and Jack Bradshaw, and we're going to bring some really cool stuff. We have some great ideas we can't wait to share with you guys, and moving that thing on forward, so we can't wait. So let's get these wings out.
All right. I just tripped over my own flip-flop, so I am coming over there. All right, here they are. This is the color that they should look, or close to it.
And those, look at that. Look at that golden. That is exactly what you want. You see how that is kind of pulling away from the bone like that? That's that good, and a little sticky. It's gonna
and see how the end on the drumettes is kind of almost cooked away? That's what you want.
Look at that. It's right there. You can really see it right there, how they get the skin comes off, and it really starts getting that good that really good crispy skin that we want. They're all, gosh, these are so perfect. Kelly, I'm gonna go out on the limb.
Say there's your best ever.
Say that I'm relatively proud of what I've done here.
You did good.
We're gonna move our house fire over to the side here. Our impending house fire to the side. We're gonna let those go a few more minutes as we toss these wings up, and we'll plate those things. You go ahead and plate some of these wings. What do you say, Bill?
Sounds good to me.
These are imperative in your kitchen. If you do not have the gigantic bowl to put stuff in, you need to get one of these.
And you can get them at like the dollar store. Like you don't have to have a certain kind or
Old Time Pottery.
Or Old Time Pottery.
It's a great place to buy these things.
There's a lot of them that have the metal bowls, the big metal bowls.
While our wings are still hot, I'm going to put a couple tablespoons of our sauce. And again, this is Frank's Red Hot, butter, cayenne pepper, and let's see what else is in there. Frank's Red Hot, cayenne pepper, red pepper flake, and a little bit of salt.
And garlic, right?
And garlic, yeah.
Yes.
So we're going to take our hot wings.
Garlic that he sauteed for a couple minutes beforehand and then put in there with it.
These guys in Hooters doing this. And if you'll look, Kel.
I can almost guarantee I would have them on the floor.
Look at that stereotypical buffalo, that wing look, because the heat from the chicken melts that butter, and it really does kind of drive that flavor right into the skin. It soaks it right up while it's open there. And then what we can do is we can come into our bowl. Oh, these things, they're so crispy. They hit the bowl and they're like glass because the skin is so crispy. So we stack these up, and these have that great smell that you want when you get these wings like this.
Look at that. A little tower of wings.
God, the flavor is perfect. So we'll do just a little bit of parsley on top, give some color to our wings. So there is our first wings. That is our stereotypical hot, crispy, hot garlic buffalo wing.
They look delicious.
Let's keep this party going.
Delicious.
So let's get some of our wings into our garlic parmesan. So we have some garlic parmesan going here. I'm going to toss these with this here.
And hopefully everybody, this is on PrimeTime Kitchen, and you guys have liked the page so that you know that we're here.
Yes, please. Now, Bill, I'm actually going to use my spoon because I want that sauce coming out on those wings like that. Look at those things, all that garlic or that Parmesan cheese and garlic and butter on there.
You stacked it almost as good with the spoon as you did yourself.
Crazy. And again, what I want to do is I want to add a little color to this. I just want to take a little bit of parsley right on top. All right. And then what I would do probably, no, I already used all that. I would come on top of this with a little bit of like freshly grated Parmesan cheese, just to make it show real nice. Oh yeah, these are good.
Okay, I'm gonna cut.
We'll get them out in a minute.
Oh, okay, I thought you were getting them out.
No,
Sorry.
No worries. So we have our another pan here. Let's do our teriyaki. So we're gonna do we'll have a little wing.
How are you grabbing those?
Oh, they're super hot. Our teriyaki sauce is brown sugar. It's soy sauce. It is brown sugar, soy sauce, sesame oil, and
a little bit of red pepper flake.
A little bit of red pepper flake and some sesame seeds. Toss them in our.
One other thing that you can add to the teriyakis is a little bit of pineapple juice.
You can.
And it'll give it that.
And you probably should have a little pineapple juice in there. You're right, 100% right. Should have a little bit of pineapple juice in there. Kelly's absolutely right. See, she's a good cook. Kelly knows that.
Not as good as you, Jim. You are stellar.
All right.
I want to be you someday.
Stop it. Again, let's get our bowl of beautiful wings here. You and I got some eating to do, Belle. You know this is.
We do. They smell really good.
They're so crispy, and it's weird how sticky they are. So we're gonna put our little sauce right on top. Always glaze them with that little bit of extra sauce. Okay. And then what we're gonna do? We're gonna do a little dice of some
green onions. Chives.
Just green onion.
Nope, no chives. Okay, I thought I saw a little. Sorry. Green onion.
A little bit of green onion and a little bit.
Sesame seed.
The sesame seed. There's our sesame wings. And then last but not least.
Oh, Macy.
Last but not least, we're going to do our honey sriracha. We're going to use this, wash this out real quick, because I only have 2 of these bowls. I'm preaching all this noise, I only have 2. Some hot water going here. Now, these, I got to thank my buddy D. Dennis, Tom and Dan, the BDMs. This is honey sriracha, 1-to-1. So good honey, sriracha, red pepper flake, okay? This is the perfect sweet little sauce, sweet sour type thing going. Or not sweet sour, but sweet hot. There we go.
And these you don't want to totally cover, correct?
Not a whole lot, because the thing is, it gets so sweet. It can be so sweet. So we just want to kind of lightly toss them. We're not gonna kill them.
The other ones you do want to pretty much cover with the sauce.
Yeah.
The other 3 ones that he made.
So our little, I'll show you how we'll do this. That way we can ensure that everybody gets the sauce they need for the wings they want. People happy after the way all this stuff looks? Everything good?
Everybody happy? I saw a lot of likes earlier when you were summing everything up.
Very nice. All right, so what we'll do this is because we're just gonna make a little trail.
There they go. Like. They're liking what they see.
And a little bit of parsley just to add some color to the plate. Set these up here. And let's get our jalapeno poppers out and call it a night, y'all. What do you say?
Your dog's gonna be put in a small grave in just a minute. She's tripped me 5 times.
She's crazy as hell.
I don't know why. She keeps standing under my feet.
She's crazy as hell. You know why.
Crazy German dog.
It's not like you guys just met.
I know that. But I don't know why she's under my feet. She never has been before.
Jalapeno poppers? Nothing crazy?
Well, bacon around them.
Probably shouldn't be touching them this hot, but we're going to go and do it.
It all pretty much stayed in there. There's a little bit that came out of 1 or 2 of them. But they look delicious. Mmm. Look at all of this food. Delicious food.
Guys, have yourself a wonderful football party. And these wings, every one of them, one better than the next. I'm telling you, they're crispy, they're juicy on the inside. We double fried them. We almost feed them. And I'll write this recipe up and take you step by step. It's really not difficult. The jalapeno poppers are just as easy as it gets. And when you make that filling, you pipe them right in. So easy. You can do all this. We cooked all this is an hour from scratch. An hour. So in an hour, you can have all of these cool dishes ready to go for your football party. So check it out. We want to thank the guys over at Wassie's Meats. That's WASSISmeats.com. Mark your calendar. Next year, April 28th. That's when the Egg Fest hits. It is going to be gigantic. It's going to be a lot of fun. So if you want to get a big green egg, like my buddy Brian Thoman at Canvas just got his delivered Monday, just go to Wassie's. You can pay for it right there. And they will deliver it to you on Monday. They deliver it, set it up, give you a little tutorial, and get you going. Thanks to the Oliver Brothers. Next week, we're giving away that Shun knife, just like I use here right on the show. And if you put with that steel, it's about a $200 value, courtesy of the Oliver Brothers Real Estate. We love those guys. I think it's the OliverBrothers.com, and Mike is one of the greatest dudes ever. Like and share the video if you don't mind. We really do appreciate it. Listen to PTK. Check out PTKradio.com. And I'm on the Monsters. I'm hosting in a couple weeks for an entire week, which I can't wait. It's a lot of fun working with those guys. Other than that, man, we'll see you next week right here on How Tuesday. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We appreciate it.
Go Broncos!
Go.